Imagine buying your kid a toy only to find the batteries aren't included, or buying furniture but it's missing the tools to build it. Frustrating, right? Now imagine that exact same feeling, but you're paying way more. That is what buying business software usually feels like: fragmented, disconnected, and incredibly expensive. Odoo completely changes that. Odoo is a complete, fully integrated business suite where all your apps actually talk to each other. We're talking automated lead routing for your sales team, seamless AI integration, and an intuitive point-and-click website builder. It's everything your business needs to scale, saving you time, headaches, and money. Stop piecing your software together. Go to odoo.com. That's ODOO.com to learn more.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the Speak English with a British Accent podcast. Thank you once again for joining me, and I hope you enjoy this week's show. So what's coming up? Well, another real-life situation and dialogue with booking horse riding lessons. Working out where the stress goes in phrasal verbs, and some ly words that aren't adverbs. Enjoy. Section 1. Already, still, yet. Tiny words, big confusion. These three cause so much trouble. Already, still, yet. They're small, but if you mix them up, your sentence can sound slightly odd or very odd. Let's sort them out properly. Meanings, feel, and how to say them like a Brit. So, the big idea in plain English, already. Now, this is something happened earlier than expected. Still, something is continuing. Yet, something hasn't happened, but you expect it will. It's simple in theory. So, already. It's done maybe sooner than expected. So used in positive sentences usually. For example, I've already finished the report. She's already left. We've already eaten. There's often a sort of sense of surprise. Already? That was quick. So pronunciation, already. So we've got a long or sound, already. So that red syllable is the one that's stressed. Already. Not already, already. Notice how the I've already in this sentence links smoothly together. I've already sent it. I've already sent it. You have a go. Now let's move on to the word still. Still. It's continuing, not finished yet. Again used in positive sentences. For example, I'm still working on it. She still lives in London. They're still waiting. Often implies this is taking longer than expected. So, pronunciation of still. Still. We've got short, sharp vowel, crisp t and l. Still. Don't stretch it so it sounds like steal. It's still. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it. Keep the still quick and light. And finally, yet. Yet. Not finished, but expected. Used generally in questions and negatives. For example, have you finished yet? I haven't done it yet. She hasn't replied yet. It suggests I expect this to happen soon. So the pronunciation, yet. Yet. It rhymes with get. It's very quick and light. Yet. I haven't finished yet. Don't overstress the yet. It usually sits quite quietly at the end. I haven't finished yet. Now, some very common mistakes you might hear. You might hear, I still haven't finished already. But we would rather say, I still haven't finished. Don't say, I've yet finished. Say, I haven't finished yet. Don't say, have you already finished yet? Say, have you finished yet? Or, have you already finished? It is a different meaning for those last two. So compare these and feel the difference. I've already eaten. I've already eaten. So that's done. I'm still eating. I'm still eating. Something is in progress. I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten yet. So it's not done, but hopefully soon. It's the same verb, completely different meaning. Let's do a practice sentence. Say this as naturally as you can. I've already told her, but she's still asking, and she hasn't understood yet. I'll say it again. I've already told her, but she's still asking, and she hasn't understood yet. I've already told her, but she's still asking, and she hasn't understood yet. Now I want you to say it, focusing on smooth linking, not overstressing the small words, and letting the rhythm of the sentence carry you. You go. Now, British English often softens these words. The already blends in the middle of a sentence, still stays light and quick, and yet almost disappears at the end. It's subtle but powerful. Master these three and your English instantly sounds more natural. And if you want to learn more about British pronunciation, head over to learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. Section 2. Phrasal verbs, where the stress really goes. Phrasal verbs look innocent. Pick up, turn on, sort out. But if you stress the wrong word, you can sound robotic, overly intense, or just slightly off. So let's fix that. The golden rule: in phrasal verbs, the stress usually falls on the second word, the particle, not the verb, the little word after it. So I'd like you to have a quick listen to the difference. Pick up. Pick up. Turn on. Turn on. Sort out. Sort out. Can you hear that second word carries the punch? So why does this matter? That tiny shift makes your speech sound more natural. It gives your sentence proper rhythm and is very typical of British English RP. So let's have a look at some sentences using some common phrasal verbs and getting the stress correctly. First, pick up. Can you pick up some milk? Pick up. Can you pick up some milk? Find out. Find out. I'll find out later. Run out. Run out, as in to run out of something. We've run out of coffee. We've run out of coffee. Set up. Set up. They set up a new system. Carry on. Carry on. Just carry on. Give up. Give up. Don't give up. Take off. Take off. The plane took off on time. But, here comes the twist, when the phrasal verb is used as a noun or adjective, the stress often moves to the first word, so compare these. So when it's a verb, we need to set up the meeting. Compared to the noun, the setup is complicated. We need to set up the meeting. The setup is complicated. Can you hear where the stress is different? Let's do another one. The verb, the plane took off. The plane took off. And a noun, the takeoff was smooth. The takeoff was smooth. With a verb, I'll pick up the kids. I'll pick up the kids. And a noun, the pickup is at 3 p.m. Same words, different stress, and this is where learners often slip up. So, keep the verb light, let the particle carry the energy, pick up, turn off, find out, and don't overpronounce both words equally. That is what sounds unnatural. So try this sentence. I'll sort out the problem and get back to you. I'll sort out the problem and get back to you. So in that sentence, out and back carry the stress. Everything else, all the other words, flows around them. Now, British English loves this contrast in stress. It loves the clear rhythm, and it loves not overdoing it. It's not loud, it's controlled. Master this and suddenly your English sounds smoother, more confident and much more native-like. And don't forget, you can learn much more in my British Accent Bundle. Section 3. Booking horse riding lessons without falling off your English. Horse riding lessons, very wholesome, slightly expensive, and a perfect opportunity to practice polite, natural British English. Let's get you sounding confident, whether you're booking for your child or bravely getting back in the saddle yourself. Scenario 1. Booking lessons for your daughter. Let's do a quick dialogue. We'll start with you. Hello, I'm calling to inquire about riding lessons for my daughter. Of course. How old is she? And has she ridden before? She's 9 and she's a complete beginner. That's absolutely fine. We offer group lessons for beginners. Oh, that sounds great. How much are the lessons? And do you have availability at the weekends? Yes, we have a few slots on Saturday mornings. Lovely. Could I book her in for a trial lesson, please? Now, some other useful phrases you might like to use in a dialogue similar to this would be, she's keen to start riding. Does she need any special equipment? Do you provide helmets or should we bring our own? How long are the sessions? Is there a waiting list? Let's move on to scenario 2, which is you're getting back into riding. A bold decision, but we absolutely respect it. So let's do another quick dialogue. Again, we'll start with you. Hi, I'm interested in starting riding lessons. Lovely. What's your experience level? Well, I used to ride years ago, but I am quite rusty. No problem at all. We can start you off with a refresher lesson. Oh, that would be ideal. I'd like to build my confidence again. We'll match you with a suitable horse. Perfect. I'm just looking to get back into the saddle. OK, some other useful riding vocabulary that you might come across or you might wish to use. A beginner lesson. So this is a lesson for first-timers. A refresher lesson. This is to rebuild your skills. And there's group versus private lessons. So you're either in a group, 2 or more people, versus private lessons which are 1-to-1. To mount or to dismount, this is obviously to get on or off your horse. The reins, we got that z sound at the end. And stirrups, this is where your feet go. Stable, and arena, that has that schwa sound at the beginning, arena. So a couple of pronunciation tips. Remember, British English loves soft, polite delivery. Could I book her in? Could I book her in? Do you have availability? Do you have availability? So notice the you is the weak form and her is often very light. Could I book her in? Book her in. So let's try this sentence to practice. I'd like to book a refresher lesson and see what availability you have. I'd like to book a refresher lesson and see what availability you have. Your turn. Keep it smooth, not overly careful. And finally, some very British touches. You could say, that sounds lovely. We say this a lot. Or you could say, that would be ideal. Polite approval. Or finally, no problem at all. No problem at all. Very reassuring. Mastering situations like this helps you sound natural in real life, not just in textbooks. Now go on, book the lesson. What could possibly go wrong? Best of luck. Section 4. Ly words that aren't adverbs. Yes, really. Now, we've all been told this. Words ending in ly are adverbs. Quickly, slowly, happily, lovely. Wait, lovely? That's not an adverb. Welcome to one of English's little betrayals. Some ly words are actually adjectives. They describe nouns, not verbs. So instead of she sings beautifully, an adverb, you get it's a lovely day, which is an adjective. Same ending, completely different job. So we've got the nice and friendly group. So we've got lovely. What a lovely place. Friendly. She's very friendly. Lively. Lively. It's a lively atmosphere. These describe things or people, not actions. And then we've got the describing appearance group. So we've got ugly. Ugly. It's an ugly building. Or likely. It's likely to rain. And unlikely. That's unlikely to happen. So careful. Likely often confuses learners. It will likely rain is a sentence more American than British. Whereas it's likely to rain sounds much more British. And then we've got the this feels slightly formal group. So we've got elderly. Elderly. She cares for elderly patients. Daily. Daily. This is a daily routine. And I hope you've been doing my daily accent challenges as part of the British Accent Bundle. And of course we've got weekly, monthly, yearly. We have weekly meetings, and these describe frequency, but they're still adjectives here. The this catches people out group could be early. It's an early start. Now, yes, it looks like an adverb, but it can be both. I arrived early is an adverb. An early train is an adjective. Most ly endings are light, lovely, friendly, likely. Keep the rhythm tight, 2 syllables, lovely, friendly. Try this. It's a lovely, lively place with friendly people. It's a lovely, lively place with friendly people. You have a go. Don't overstress each word. Let them flow together. OK, words like lovely, friendly, lively are used all the time in British English. They're understated, but they're warm. They're slightly positive. They're never too dramatic, which is very on brand. Master this and you avoid a really common mistake and sound much more natural at the same time. Now, if you want to master your British pronunciation of all these words, get the training at learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. Because in English, even the endings don't behave themselves. And here we are again at the end of another episode. Feel free to leave a 5-star rating and review. And if you know of a business or perhaps even yourself who would like to sponsor an episode of the Speak English with a British Accent podcast, do get in touch. My email, mail@learningbritishaccent.com. Have a great weekend and see you soon. Bye for now.